All right, are we back? How's it going? How is it going? We'll see if anyone shows up today. We got one person watching. Where's everyone at? Bitcoin's over 100K. What's up, Silver, my man? First one in. Yeah, we're going to see if we can stay over here. Still got some days to go, though, but it doesn't look bad. Audio, video good here. I appreciate that. What's up, Link Skater? How you doing? Yeah, we got some coins starting to move. Turbo's trying to push through the 618. Bitcoin's pushing through the 786. I think Mudang is pushing. Mog. Hopefully you guys' coins are pumping. Yeah, what is Arc Block doing? ABT. Still getting stuck, huh? Let's see here. You're sitting over the 382, so as long as Arc Block's over $1, she's bullish. I don't want to look at too much because people are going to pile in here and ask for the same coins we're looking at. XCN came back up. I believe it's holding. Yeah, it's back over the 382. Yeah, we're going to see what happens here. What's up to Mitt? Swee? Is Swee moving? Swee to the moon. Let's see what she's doing. Oh yeah, Swee looks good here. Let's see. Let's zoom it out. Yeah, you're over the 618, low to the high. Oh my god, yawning really? Right now you're getting stuck at the 1414, so it needs to get over 402 to 420 and then you may be in business. And clearly once it breaks out over the 1618 at about 570, it should start moving hard. But the overall sweet chart is very bullish. And we're finally getting that move up. Yeah, the bottom was in. Clearly the previous highs we're getting stuck at. We retested it again and it's time to go up. So as long as you're above about 316, it looks good here. Oh, it's locked. But yeah, it's just getting squeezed going sideways at the moment, but it looks good. It just made a higher high from that high. So if this thing gets over $4, it may start moving again. Yeah, hopefully the volume comes in on a lot of things. What's up, Eldor? What's up, Alicia? We got the Howl back in the house. TARS. Is TARS moving? There's a lot of things moving right now. TARS AI. Yeah, TARS AI is holding over the 382, the double 382, so double support, double bullish. We got that V-shaped recovery and we're holding, and it's still getting stuck right now, but it looks like it's very bullish here, especially off of that wick. I know I'm not supposed to draw these patterns, but strong move up, bull flag, holding over the double 382, so as long as you're over 7.5, It looks like your breakout's going to be over the 236 here. Once you get over pretty much 10 cents, this thing should start moving up. And maybe we get a nice spike up on it. So over 10 should bring you right up to about 15 and a half. So yeah, TARS AI is getting ready to do a 72% move. And then it may go higher than that. If it gets through 15 and a half, 26 is up next, and 190% move, so almost a 200% move. So possibly a 3x out of here. If Bitcoin can stay over 100K, then we're going to start getting these moves. Even Ethereum's starting to come up. RSR, reserve rights. Yeah, we looked at RSR last night. Yeah, the whole market's doing the same thing. We're trying to get a move out of here. RSR doesn't look bad. You're over the 382. You're curled up here. If it follows Bitcoin and Turbo and these other coins, it's about to break this high here, which is very bullish. Let's see where it's getting stuck short term. From the high to the low. Yeah, you're over the double 382, so it's in a good spot here. So your level to stay over is pretty much 8.8 down to 8.3. If you stay over that, you're bullish. Breakout's going to be over the 618.5 here. So if you can get over a penny, get over this 1.3 level, then. But from right here to get to there, yeah, 50% spike to the upside, loading for RSR at the moment. But RSR, like everything else on the monthly chart, the bottom was put in again, the 236. You're over the 382, so it's just doing this again. It looks to be headed for a higher high. So the 618 is in play, 140% move from where you are up to 2 pennies. And then Moonshot 1272. If you think it's going to go that high, 37 to 40 cents would be 37 to 40x. So not bad. Overall macro chart looks very good. We're pumping. Let's go. Giga Chad. Yeah, that's what we've been looking for in the last couple of, I guess the last couple of weeks on the live streams here. Everything's bottoming out. Everything looks bullish. Everything's curling up. We're about to get a move up, and we're seeing it now. Yeah, I think Giga Chad hit the bottom. We've been saying it's doing the same thing everything's doing. Unless we're bearish. So this one needs to get over 21 or 2 pennies rather to be bullish, and then breakout is going to be over 3.7. Yeah, Giga Chad I think is still on Coinbase. I'm not too sure. If it's still on Coinbase, then it's not going to be a bad play. It's probably going to easily come up here 18 to 20 cents and get your 10x, and then where is it at? It's at almost 2 pennies right now. Yeah, some of these meme coins that are on larger exchanges that are over a penny, they're probably going to 20x plus 42 to 50 cents on this thing. Yeah, if I got a 50 cent Giga 25x, I'm out. And if you think it's going to hit $1, which is, possible, all these coins are going to 50x out of here. It's a 52x on Giga Chad. ZBCN. What do I think about alt season? It's coming. Like right now, the pump we're seeing, this is not alt season at all. What did ZBC end up doing? It looked like it was topping out last night. Yeah, it's not really doing anything. It's still trying to hold bullish to 236 here. So if you can stay over the 16.7 level, then you're still bullish. But yeah, it had a decent run. I would say just watch this daily candle over the next 5 hours. If it can stay over the 236, you're still bullish. Even down to the 382, I would say still bullish. But that would be a little bit of a drop. But it looks like it's trying to hold here. Not too bad, about a 14% drop. But it also, if you lose the 236, there's a good chance that that was the top, and it's going to come back down and put a higher low. And I know there's people that took profit up here and they're waiting to get back in. So we just have to wait and see what happens. Just like last time, the momentum shifted. We had the bearish cross on the stock RSI. We just had it. So if it's doing the same exact thing it did last time, it could be the case. And on top of that, we had the weekly bearish divergence on the stock RSI, which we don't put too much weight in here, but it is there. Higher highs and then lower highs on the stock RSI. DGen. But yeah, it looks like we're about to start moving up on a lot of these coins. Did DGen ever move? Oh, she's up 20%. Yeah, DGen doesn't look bad here. If it can just break this area that it's at and get this candle moving up, then it looks like it's about to break out. Yeah, DGen doesn't look bad. And DGen's another one. It hit the bottom. It hit the bottom low, from the low to the high. 786 is right here. And then from the high to the low, we're back over this line here that you can clearly see as support in this area. That's why it's on the chart. So if we could stay over that, maybe we get sent up to the 236 here. Let's see if we're getting stuck at anything else. Yeah, I mean, that's not much of a difference. So 3.7 up to 4.3, and then the bottom is in. But yeah, not a bad time to be buying in on DGen. It looks like the bottom is in, and it looks bullish here. Yeah, you're just above the 786, so it looks good. If you can stay over 3.2, then you're in business. So over the 618, short term. So yeah, DGen's up 20%, and DGen to the moon. What is this? Yeah, I think DGen's gonna rocket out of here. If you want a conservative price, maybe a higher high, maybe 10 cents would be a 27, 28x from here. Oh no, that's a 30x. And then if you were moonshot, a 50x up to 17. What's up, Cha? How you doing, my man? BLZ. Yeah, there's your DGen, my man. Centio protocol. Did that thing ever come back up? Centio to the moon. Yeah, it's doing like the rest of the market. It's holding over the 236, so, and it doesn't look horrible. It's just consolidating right now. Apparently it hasn't moved. What you can see, it clearly hasn't moved since we looked at it last. But bottom is in over 5.4, bullish over 9. Then Centio 618 retracement. Once you get over about 20, 21, 3.5x, then it should take off from that point. Centio protocol to a new high would be 209 for about a 35x, 36x. But like I said, it's doing like the rest of the market. Everything's curling up here. Everything looks like it wants to just start going. And then on the other end of that, if you lose the support here, other support to watch. But I do like Centile Protocol. Yeah, let me move this out of the way. Yeah, you're just below the 382 at 5.6. 561, just right below it. So it's trying to stay bullish here. Well, what I was going to point out is, of course, the chart here. If this one's not going to take off right now, then you could get a move down since you are below the 382. I mean, but it does look good. Yeah, I mean, the 618 is, yeah, that's a 27% drop. So if it comes down to 4, then maybe you're setting up for that double bottom, and then it'll go. Doesn't look bad, though. Yeah, what did BLZ ever do? I think last time we looked at it, it was going to 0. I believe we were looking at it on a monthly chart, and the bottom didn't hold. Yeah, it looks kind of like QNT, but clearly this one broke and then back tested it, and now it's trying to hold the 382 to stay bullish on the macro. So it needs to get back over 39 to be bullish again, and clearly the 0.5 area. Let me zoom it in. So yeah, it's stuck right below that 382. So what we'll do is just go from the high to the low. Yeah, it needs to get over 3.9 and then back over 5, and then clearly over 8 pennies to be bullish and possibly break the trend again. But I don't think I would ever buy this coin. It just doesn't have an enticing chart. But if it can hold over, it's right at that 3.2. So if it can hold over, then yeah, to break out for it. Yeah, I would imagine it if it's going to run. Jesus, is this thing actually going to come up here? Just to come up to the high from back here in 2018. It's already a decent move. That's about a 25x to $1. And if it can hit about $1.50, that'd be about a 40x, 38x. But until you get back over the 382 where it's getting stuck, it's not bullish yet. Oh, man. What's our opinion on SUKU? I don't remember. SUKU, was she still holding up on the macro chart, or did she break down? Oh yeah, this is the one that broke the trend, back tested it, and just kind of fell off the table to a new low. So yeah, we'll just get that off. I mean, it's trying to hold this previous low here yet again. So the only thing I would say on SUKU is on the macro chart, it has to get over 6.5, and then over 12 you're bullish. Until then, you're still macro bearish. And then just keep it simple. Short term on SUKU. Yeah, it's getting stuck right at this 236 here. So looks over 3.5 pennies, 3.6 here. Once you get over that, bottom is finally in, and then bullish over 4 short term. And then, like I said, on the larger time frame, it has to move all the way up to that other target. Let me just move that. But right now, needs to move up 10%, get over 3.5, and then 42% to get over 4.7, 4.5. And then this thing has a lot of work to do. It has to do a 100% move just to get the bottom on the macro in. That's a 2x, and then a 260% move just to try to be bullish. And that's a 3.5x to try to get over 12. But if you can eventually get back over 12, then you're in business on SUKU. But right now, short term, if it cannot get over the 236, it's doing this little bear flag action again, so it could go to a lower low. It's not bullish at all right now. But if it grinds its way up, and that is the bottom, we'll just zoom back out. If it eventually gets over that 3.2, then a 618 retracement up to 32. And if I would say if you can break over that, that's your 10x. Then SUKU maybe a 20x up to 65 cents. Just got to make sure people are going to buy this, buy SUKU. And your moonshot on SUKU, yeah, 150x probably not going to happen, up to almost $5. Oh man, AI tech. AI tech, yeah, AI tech put the bottom in. Is she still curling up? Yeah, she's looking good here. Bottom was in, and the reason we say the bottom was in is because it hit this final volume area, and we were watching it here, and we're like, yeah, it's probably the bottom. And she's getting the recovery. It needs to get through this red box here, anywhere from 65 to put the bottom in. Come on. I think it's a double 382, so 65, or we'll check, up to about 8. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why we put this red box here. All right, we'll just move the red box and just simply say, get over 6.5, you're bullish, break out over 14, but it is pushing right now. But if it cannot get over 6.5, then it's still bearish. Yeah, and I would just simply say if it gets stuck here and starts pulling back, it's probably just pull back to put in a double bottom like we've seen a lot of things do. But if you push through there, Solidus to $1, maybe $2. $1 is going to be your 20x, and then if it's going to hit $2, that'd be a 34, 35x. VAR can hit 56 cents again. VAR has just been going down forever. But can it hit 56 again? Wow. Yeah, VARs, there's nothing bullish on VARA. If that is the bottom, and they don't release a ton of coins, maybe you get to the 6.5 penny level. That would be a 10x. Honestly, don't know what VAR is going to do. Let's see. Was it ever at 56 cents? Our network. I would guess the oldest chart is going to be the Gate.io chart. Unless you meant 5.5 pennies. Because I don't think there's a chart on VAR that has it going up that high. Maybe there's one out there, I don't know. We got Eldor for 2, I appreciate that. What's up, Demon? Gives me some hopium on turbo. Well, if she can stay above the 618 at 006, you're good. Griffin to $3, says Eldor. I appreciate the 2. We got David for 5. I appreciate that. I appreciate the words, my man. I appreciate the 5. It helps out a lot. What's up, McLaw? Griffin to $2. Is that what you said? Oh, to $3. Can Griffin hit $3? Let me pull out my crystal ball. Let's see. Let's see if that's even likely. Yeah, Griffin's holding over our support box, over the 382. Doesn't look horrible here. You're over the 236 at 5.8, so as long as you're over that, you're bullish. Tagged our box, tagged the 382, so it looks good here. And the bottom is in. I mean, it looks like it wants to just start running. Griffin at 5 is your support. 8.5 is your bullish. 18 to the moon. Can Griffin go to $3? If people are going to buy it, maybe. I would get out at 150 to 250. That's a 22x up to a 35x from today. Yeah, I would say if it gets up around 250, it'll probably spike up and hit $3. So yeah, it's possible. Just got to make sure people are going to pile into this coin and buy it. That's why I'm looking at lower targets. At 150, I'd be out. Because there's no guarantee every coin's going to 20, 40x. What do I think about MDT? We got Loom for 2. I appreciate it. Which coin do you recommend? There's no recommendations here. But if I had to buy a coin right now, I mean, there's so many to choose from right now. To be honest, depends on how much money you have. Like Griffin here looks bullish. Turbo's trying to take off. Mog is about to take off. Mog's going to be a huge coin. Mog and Dog with Hat. But if I had a good chunk of money, a safe play I would put in would probably, I'd put it in ACH. Alchemy Pay. Yeah, Mog's already broke through the 382. It's getting stuck at the 0.5 right now. But someone said Turbo. Yeah, but some of these coins are already leaving where we said they were bottoming out, so. Same thing with Turbo. We said the bottom was in, and now she's moving. So maybe the best bet right now is to find a coin that we're saying the bottom is in and it's about to take off. Yeah, but she's still getting stuck. Oh, she's back down below 6. Yeah, the hopium on Turbo is if you can get it and stay over 6 here. Even with a daily candle. So 5 hours left. If this daily candle can close over, then you may be in business on Turbo. And if Bitcoin stays over 100K, starts pushing again, then I would say Turbo is probably gunning for the 1618, a new high at 3 pennies. So if you can get over that 618, there's a good chance we're about to get a nice run, 5.5x to 3. And then I would say your top would be anywhere from 15 to 40 cents. I don't know what it's going to do. That's a 25x. And then if Turbo's going to be a beast again, yeah, you would get another 68x out of it. But you also got to realize people that bought in on Turbo at the bottom, what is that going to put us at? So if you bought Turbo back here before it ran, you got what? Yeah, you did a 200x already. So if you're still holding this thing, wait, what is that? Yeah, to get to 3 pennies from the bottom, that's going to be a 500x. And then a 2000x. Yeah, if it hits 15 cents, people that bought down here, they're going to get a 2000x. That's nuts. So maybe 3 to 15 cents is going to be your top. but it has to hold over 6 right now. Oh, we got to make law for 5. I appreciate that. I appreciate your channel, buddy. I appreciate you guys being in here, even through the bearish times we've been in. What's up, Kura? What's up, AMG? 5X and I'm out. Yep. What was the coin? MDT. Yeah, hopefully you guys don't hold coins like your whole bag to the moon, thinking something's going to go to a target just because they say it is. MTD, it's been going sideways for a good while. High to the low, you're still over the 382, you just tagged it. Yeah, I mean the macro resistance and support, I would say that was the bottom. So another coin that has a little V recovery, bottom is probably in over that 382. Short term, yeah, you're getting stuck at the 382 right now. So short term, if you can get over 327, then you're bullish again. And then this move down is broken over 4.5 pennies. And then clearly, when you get back over the 618 at 7.5, that's probably when your bull run's going to start. But it looks like a large move just to get to a 786. An 8x just to get to 22. And if it's going to rocket out of here, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 160x up to 450. Probably not going to happen. This one may, if you're bullish on this one, maybe $1. That's still a 37x. Just make sure people are going to buy this coin because no one ever talks about this coin. But it, you know, never telling what coin's going to surprise. All right, more like a 32x to $1. What's up, birds? All it took was good news. This is starting. What was the good news? Kibshi. Is Kibshi curling up? I think I spelled that right. Kaibo Shib. Oh, she's trying. I mean, that doesn't look bad at all. You have some sort of a double bottom forming here, a W pattern. It needs to get over the 236 and then eventually over 760 or 4.5 and then 7.6 and you're bullish. But this is the coin you said is the first AI generated meme coin. I think that's what we said, but no one knows about it. But it does look like it's curling up here. Looks like it held the 382. Nah. Held the 0.5 and bounced back up. So bullish over, as long as you're over 377, you're bullish. But it's like you said, if people can find out about this coin, then maybe it'll rocket out of here. I mean, it just looks like the bottom is in it and it wants to go up. 618 retracements of 3x up to 4013 or 17, and 6.5x up to 403. Yeah, this thing's probably gonna hit a new high. It's gonna do a 35x out of nowhere up to 301, and people are gonna be, what is Kaibo Shib? What's up, Slava, my man? The Fed didn't cut rates. Market feels good about the economy. Yeah, he said that, so it's time to go up, I guess. We got Cater for 5. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Let's get on a bag of ACH. Appreciate the NFA. Not financial advice and information. I appreciate that. USA and the UK made a trade deal official today. Trump also said China tariffs will come down soon and to buy stocks. Let's go. QNT is going to hit 2,000 this year. What is QNT doing? Let's go hunt for the chart. Let's go hunt for QNT. Oh, come on. Ooh. Yeah, QNT's curled up here. She's pushing. I'd imagine you're still holding your quant. Yeah, she's bullish over 88. Over 88 and a half, you're bullish. She's heading to $1, it looks like. She's going to try to poke her head above $1. Or $100, rather. Yeah, but we're watching QNT all the time. Once we see it actually get a monthly close over this here, where it's been getting stuck every time with the candles. Once we see that, we know it's time. QNT can finally be released to go. But it's getting to the end. Oh man. Yeah, I do believe QNT is good for a 20x to two grand, and probably higher. What's up, Diesel? What we got on XZN? What's up, Ross, my man? Yeah, I hope it's not a fake out. Hope it's not a trap. That's what we went over last night, though. Wait, what did you say? Oh yeah, XCN. Yeah, we'll look at XCN, but that's what we said last night. Or we've been saying like the last two streams. Hopefully we don't get a large spike up to the 100K range, and then it just sells off and we form a wick and then we close back below the 618. I mean, it's not good if we get stuck here. We're good over 94. We've been saying that, but this candle still has 380 days and 5 hours. So if this thing sells off and we get a large wick and we're back down below 94, it's over. It's going to be a bearish summer. But yeah, I mean, she's trying to pull everything up with her. Even XCN got back above the 382. And that's what we've been saying on XCN. If you get back above the 382, you're bullish again. If it does not, then it's going down to a penny. But she's holding. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. The weekly candle's back up above after wicking down, so this doesn't look horrible when you zoom out on XCN. The one thing we've been watching, of course, is the, losing that level and then coming all the way back down to the 0.5, 618, low to the high. But as long as you're over 16, you're back to being bullish. And like I said, it looks good on the macro chart. These weekly candles are all holding. So as long as your weekly candle's over 16.8, I would say she's macro bullish. Alright, TARS for the last time. Yeah, we'll look at ACH2 in a minute. Yeah, TARS, I mean, we went over it earlier. You're over the 382, possible bull flag in play. It doesn't look horrible. It looks like once you punch through about 10 cents, then it's going to break to the upside. And it's not a bad move. 618 is a 75% move from where you are. If it breaks through 15 and a half, then if we get a decent run and Bitcoin stays over 100K and we're bullish, then this thing is about to 3x out of here. But it's over the double 382, staying bullish, and it's in this bull flag. It doesn't look bad at all. TARS looks like it's about to have a decent run. I have no idea. 500 million market cap qualified government inquiry. What am I up today? Nothing. Still poor and broke. I am grateful to you, Ross, though, for sending me another Cash App last night. Can actually go out and buy some food and a little bit of gas. And then I'm broke again. What am I looking at? Turbo. Yeah, if you guys want to send super chats, remember YouTube takes 30% of whatever you send. So there is Cash App, so that way your hard-earned money doesn't get taken by YouTube. Yeah, I love me some seafood too. I didn't used to like sushi, but man, some crawfish sushi, man, that stuff goes hard. I didn't used to like crawfish either, but some crawfish sushi is the play. Some spicy crawfish sushi. I guess turbo. I don't remember what else I was gonna look at. Yeah, there's nothing to say on turbo. She's trying to, if she can stay over 6, then I think we're back. I think we're waiting a 5-hour daily candle close. I mean, this just looks like it wants to spike out of here. Turbo doesn't look horrible. Got so many things on the chart here, but what we're watching right now in Turbo is a 618 at 006. It's stuck right at it though. Whew. Oh damn, what did I do? But yeah, these daily candles are all getting stuck, so 4 hours and 45 minutes left. Someone buy into Turbo, get this thing moving. But yeah, we looked at everything on Turbo earlier. And from the low on Turbo, maybe, maybe the top is 3 to anywhere in between 3 to this 2 level here at 14. But I would say if Turbo can get over that 618 and then 007, I think once it actually gets over 007, then it's probably running up here. 5.5x to 3. Turbo and PayPay are my favorites. Yeah, all those coins, PayPay and MOG and GigaChat and WIF. I don't think you can go wrong with those meme coins. MOG right now looks like it's about to blast out of here. Can I look at Mover? Mover to the moon. Oh my god. I don't know why I keep yawning so much. Every time we get on a live stream, I just yawn. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the bottom is in on mover as well. So if you're bullish on mover, it doesn't look like a bad time to be buying. It's still stuck here at our box. So what is our box? That is the 236 at the bottom. So you're over that. So the bottom is in right now over 619. Bullish over 782. Yeah, and there's going to be resistance here. You got stuck back here. Then there's a support. So I would say once you get over the 782 level on mover, she's going to be bullish. I don't know why the top of the box is there. Maybe it's a... Anyway, it needs to get over right now. If it can get over about 686, then it'll send it up to that 382. And if it can get over that 382, like I said, then you're in business. And then that should send the price of mover up. 236, 618 area. So yeah, if she gets over this box, she's probably going to spike up almost 80%. And then if it can get over that 618 and 236 on the macro, then the macro bottom is in. And then clearly bullish over 25 on the macro. Mover. Yeah, mover just to hit let's do the 618. 80 bucks on mover. That's your 12x. Which is the 618 retracement. And you think it's going to go higher than that, 28 and a half x to 185. But mover is an older coin. Let me see. Moon River. Let's see what this chart says. Alright, this may be the chart we looked at last time. Wait, what's the high on there? Yeah, it's not much of a difference. The main thing I wanted to look at was how old is this coin? Okay, so a 2021 coin that spawned in. So yeah, you just gotta realize these older coins probably aren't gonna perform that well. That's why, I mean, there's a couple of them I think are going to perform well, like ACH and Jasmine. But if you get a 12x out of mover up to 80 bucks, I would say I would get out definitely. Because there's no guaranteed on these some of these coins, especially with so many new coins spawning in every day. The focus is going to be on Ondo, SWE, SEI, virtuals, those type of coins. You bought Vine again, $100 made 20, not bad. Working your way up. Well, that's all you can do when you don't have any money in the market. But it's still, I mean, even though we're bullish right now, in my opinion, it's still a waiting game. We got to see where this weekly candle on Bitcoin's going to close. But I do agree. I think macro-wise, everything Bitcoin is extremely bullish. If Bitcoin can get up here and break over 109, if Bitcoin can get up over 109K, then we're going. So yeah, what is Ethereum doing? But yeah, as soon as Ethereum starts running, it should. If Ethereum just runs and runs, where's Ethereum? we should have all these coins start moving. Yeah, Ethereum's doing the same thing. She's pushing from the bottom. She's pulling every coin up with her. She's getting stuck at the 0.5 at the moment, but yeah, it's what we've been waiting for. Ethereum to bottom out and start moving up. And the same thing with all the coins we've been looking at. We've been looking at these macro bottoms for weeks now, if not months. And the fact that we're moving up now, that was our last time to buy these things. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, if Ethereum can get over 2279, she's back to being bullish. Been watching for a while, finally made a channel to chat. Appreciate all the info. How's it going, Phil? How many people? Oh man, we got 43 people in here. We got some people coming back. Just like last night, we had some people that had never showed up. What's up, Shad? Veracity nuked. Did it? I don't remember what VRA was doing when we looked at it. But we have been looking at it lately. Oh, she's down 40%. Yeah, what's going on with VRA? It's just doing what the rest of the market's doing. People are selling as soon as it pumped. Pretty much got stuck at the 236 and they started selling. But that's what VRA does, ain't it? Yeah, it hit the 618 low to the high there and then it was over. It wicked right above it. I mean, it's not over yet, but Veracity here is always making lower lows. Yeah, and it's getting stuck at macro resistance too. This former bottom is now where you're getting stuck. But yeah, this candle's going crazy right now. Yeah, nuked on the 1 hour. Sometimes it's just fun to watch them on the 1 minute. I appreciate that, Silver. Yeah, go follow me on Twitter. What's up, Darnell? We will have a pullback. I think we will go to 135 to 150 BTC by August. Yeah, we already did DGen, my man. Oh, man. Whew. DGen. Yeah, Degen's just not moving yet. But like we keep saying every day, if I had the funds to get in on Degen right now, I would put in a man. If I had $100 right now, I know I'm broke and don't have anything, but I shouldn't even put it in the market. But it doesn't look bad here. Before we know it, Degen's gonna rock it out of here. Put in a little long position, even with $50, just to make something. Because some of these coins that haven't moved yet, I can just see it now. We're gonna have a large move up soon. Because it really can't go any lower. I mean, it always could because we're in crypto and it's degen and we're degenerates, but just screaming the bottom is in. It's starting to curl up. This candle's trying to push up here. If Bitcoin would just push up a little bit, some of these coins will start taking off. But yeah, she's not moving quite yet. Whew. Yeah, we could draw 1,000 different fibs on here, but it looks good. I guess if we draw it there, if this thing can get over 3.6, then maybe it'll break out and finally get over the 236. At 4, then bullish over 7. But it's probably going to move up just like MOG and everything's doing right now. Because there's so many coins that we said the bottom is in. GigaChat also. Okay, alright, MOG wasn't one of the ones, but it did clearly move up. I guess it was GigaChat. Maybe it was GigaChat and Whiff. Yeah, I don't remember what coin it was. Yeah, so we're either about to get a move up or we're like in here somewhere. Where we moved up, got stuck, and then we just kept chopping forever. So if we get stuck here and we pull back, then we're probably just going to chop around for the next couple of months. But yeah, I mean, we got we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green weekly candles in a row. It doesn't feel like we've been bullish for 5 weeks. What's up, Tony? What is Brett? Breer? You mean Brett? Yeah, what do you mean there, my man? We got Aisha back in the building for 2. I appreciate that. Can we check Toshi? Yeah, that's it. The Texas photo, the Bitcoin in Texas. Yeah, we'll look at Toshi. right, what are we looking at? Toshi. Yeah, what is Toshi doing? Is she moving? Yeah, I know Toshi broke the downtrend. Yeah, I mean the overall chart on Toshi, the weekly chart, she's just curling up. And once we start taking off, you're over the 618. Let's see where you're getting stuck. So if this thing's running for a higher high from where you are right now, she's about to do a 9.5, 10x up to 3.8. 1618 is the next stop. And then Toshi to the moon. Let's see, high to the low on Toshi. Yeah, you're over the 236 holding. You broke the downtrend, so as long as you're over this 3.5 area, the bottom is in. Once you get over the 786 and the 382 at 5, you're bullish. Yeah, Toshi's going to be a good one. Toshi, Mog, all these coins, like I said. Toshi for a higher high. Oh, we already did that. But if it breaks through that, Toshi's going to 23x up to a penny. And then 2 pennies for a 45x. DGB. People are sleeping on SEI. Yeah. Alright, I'm getting to these coins slowly. But yeah, SEI, like I said, SEI, SWE, Virtuals, Ondo, they're all going to be decent plays. Yeah, it's doing the same thing here. Yeah, I agree. This one's going to be a big one. Alright, give me a moment. I'll be back in a minute. I smell something. Let me go see what's going on. All right, we're back. What did I miss? What are we looking at? SEI. Yeah, SEI is trying to push here too. We can get over 22 up to 30. You're bullish. Breakout over 50. It looks like. Yeah, where's SEI going to $5? Yeah, SEI to $5 would be your 20x. If you're very bullish on it, a 45x up to 10. Oh yeah, XCN, dogging me. XCN and dogging me. Yeah, Bitcoin pushed up, so XCN reversed course. Back above the 382, and we went over this earlier. I mean, just looking on the macro chart, it's still holding up. As long as you got a weekly candle holding over the 382 at 16.8, which it's clearly doing, then I would say it's still bullish here. Possible bull flag is forming on the macro. But if you fall back below it again at 16.8, that does put in play, coming back down to that penny range. So it looks like right now we're not getting that penny. But if you do, that would drop 37%. But like I said, on the macro, it looks like it's starting to form very bullish structure here. So we held up. If we get over 2 pennies, you're even more bullish, and that's probably the breakout point. And then, of course, we need to get through 2.2, the 618, and then the next big stop's going to be the 786 at 5.5. Maybe that run up there, maybe that's when we get the spike up to about 8 to 10 cents. Hit the volume area and do a 5.5x, and then we pull back again, hold over 5.7, and then if that is the case, and the market's still not euphoric, and we're chopping around over 5.7, then I would say, yeah, this thing's probably going to $1. Yeah, from here, that's a 55x. Jeez. Yeah, not a bad time. It looks like all the coins are bottoming out and we're starting to move up. Did Dog and Me get back up? Dog and Me. Yeah, she came back up. Yeah, there's no point. We're just going to get that off. Yeah, I guess you could still say it's getting stuck. Nah, we're just going to leave it. So you're back over the 1618. We'll go short term on Dog and Me. The overall chart does not look horrible at all. Yeah, at some point Dog and Me is going to rip out of here. So high to the low. Yeah, you're right at the 382. So if you can get over this 6.3 level, you're bullish again, and then break out clearly over the 2, the 618 at 9.3. And if that was it, yeah, the 388 stock RSI just crossed bullish. We're about to get a weekly cross bullish on the stock RSI from the bottom. But yeah, if she's going to run for a new high right now, 002 will be a little over 3x. And then the moonshot, it may go higher than this, but a penny and a half is on the radar for almost a 29x on Dog and Me. Yeah, it looks like all the coins are ready to jump. We lost a few people. GFI is getting ready to rocket. Yeah, GFI is going to be a good play too. Yeah, it's like we said, low to the high, 786. We got a new trend in play. So GFI, the bottom is in. It just needs confirmation over the 236. And then bullish over the double 382. So we'll just move that. So once you get up about 94, 95, bottom is in. Bullish over 195. And then from where you are today, yeah, if I had GFI, I'm going to get out at a new high here. 17x up to about 15 bucks. Is it going to go higher than that? Maybe. $50 would be a 55x. But yeah, I mean, all these coins are on bottoms and they look like they're about to start running. What's up? I'm free. What about XLM? Vader AI? Alright, let me switch to music. What is Vader AI doing? Yeah, you're getting... let's see. What were we on? A monthly? Yeah, I mean, it looks like the monthly candles are trying to hold the 618. You got a large wick. Weekly candle's getting stuck, though. I would just keep it simple. On the weekly, if you can get over 36.7, but like I said, on the monthly, if this monthly candle can hold that 618. I'm not going to zoom it in, but you can clearly see what I'm talking about. But yeah, Vader AI here, it's moving. It looks like if it gets over that 618, it's going to rocket out of here. So yet another coin stuck at the 618, but if it blows through it, I mean, there's nothing really stopping it. Especially if you get over 6 pennies, then it's just going to go. You're holding over the 236, so as long as you're over 2.8, you are bullish. And then this thing to a new high, at least 30 cents would be at 8.5x, and then 50 cents. So it's got some good targets also. It would be a 13.5, almost a 14x, and then Vader AI to $1. Be a 27.5x. And your moonshot, and if you're lucky, a $3 Vader AI and an 85, 86x from today. XLM. What is XLM doing? Stellar Lumens. Possibly starting to try to break out, I guess. Yeah, XLM's not bad. It has a very good bullish chart here. It's been going sideways forever. You did make a lower high in 2021, so you just put in another lower high. So I guess we're going to make higher highs on some of these coins, just like XRP did. Because I would have to think that XLM, that wasn't it. It's not over, unless some of these coins topped out already. But I highly doubt it. Yeah, you're still getting stuck here in this channel, just like XCN was doing forever. So if we can get over the 618 at 31.5, that's your breakout point. And then XLM low to the high. Yeah, you're right at the 382 to be bullish. So 285 up to 31.5, 31.5, then you're bullish. Then you're breaking to the upside. So that runs the question of, from the 2021 high to the low, you got stuck at the 786. So XLM here, if it's going to put in a higher high, I guess that's not too bad. From here, that is a 5.5x up to $1.50. If you bought an accumulation down here, that's about a 14x. So yeah, if I got $1.50 XLM, I'm out. It may go up here to $2, but it's not in a bad spot. We got no sleep for 2. I appreciate that. PNG and Velo. Only thing with PNG is that they're longing their V3 out. PNG and Velodrome. I appreciate the 2. Yeah, we called the bottom for PNG also. It's not moving yet, so it's not a bad time to be getting in on PNG. If you were ever going to buy it, I think now is the time. Because it tagged a 382, this macro resistance area, so that's probably it. As long as you're over 11, you got to get over 15.5. You get over 15.5, then you're bullish again. And if we zoom in here real quick on PNG, and a lot of these coins are doing the same thing. Why is my chart not fixing? Oh my God. So where's our target for PNG? All right, PNG. All right, let me get that one off. So from the low to the high, we're still over, we're right under the 382. That's what we got to get over, that price. And then if we go from the high to the low, let's see if we're getting stuck. Yeah, you're stuck right now. High to low, 236, so short term over 16, and then up to the 0.5 here to be bullish. Over 23 short term. And then if that is the macro bottom on PNG, which I believe it is, yeah, where's PNG going? I don't think PNG is going to come up here and do 180x to 26 bucks. I don't see that. I know PNG is a good play. Yeah, PNG is going to be a good play. So maybe she does 40x plus to just over $5, maybe $6, $7. So a $6 would be a 40x, and then if you tag $10, yeah, it's like a 70x. I honestly don't know where PNG is going to end up. Or Velodrome. Velo and Velodrome. Yeah, Velo's still got the bottom in. Yeah, Velodrome came and just fell off the table completely, put in a lower low. But like I said, these coins are all doing the same thing down here at the bottom. And depending on where we want to draw this, you're over the macro 236. So as long as you're over pretty much 5, your bottom is technically in. Got to get over about almost 7 cents to be bullish short term. And if we zoom in from here, yeah, we'll just get that one off. Velo from this low to the high. Yeah, you're over the 236, and short term you're over the 382. So as long as you're over 4.7 to 5, you're bullish, and the bottom is in on the macro. But we've been saying this for a while. Ever since the breakdown here, it's not looked good. I don't like the Velodrome chart anymore. But if it's going to run from that new low and possibly wake up 46 to 50 cents, that would be what? That would be almost your 10x. What do we have? 5 pennies. But if you're bullish on Velodrome, then I know people are probably going to buy this coin, so maybe it does hit $1. So maybe you do get a 20x out of Velodrome. But I just don't like the chart. The fact that he came and made a lower low again. I mean, from these lows, of course. But ultimately, if you just zoom it out, it's going sideways. I don't know what they're calling for on Velodrome. Yeah, one person commented and said Aerodrome to $80. Yeah, are we still live? How'd the chat get disconnected? Alright, it's back, I guess. We got used rubber for 5. I appreciate that, Mog and Toshi, if you don't mind. Mog and Toshi. Yeah, we already did both of those coins. That's what you said, ain't it? Mog and Toshi. Wow, I didn't realize it was already 3 o'clock. Yeah, I mean, the Mog chart overall, a lot of these coins did the same thing. Of course, we know it had that run. And now it looks like the bottom should be in, I guess. I mean, the fact that you're over the 382, you're bullish again. So as long as you're over 7.4, 7.5, she's bullish. She's stuck at resistance right now. Clearly, you can see the resistance. The support back here is now resistance. So if it can get over the 0.5 at about, what is that, 501, then it may be in business here. Especially breaking that resistance from back there. So if it can get through this 0.5, it may start going. But it is bullish over the 382, and then Mog. Yeah, Mog apparently has a lot of liquidity. So Mog's on Coinbase. I wouldn't be surprised if Mog is one of the big winners. Yeah, Mog all the way up here to 4065 would be a 67, 68x. Damn, almost 150x up to 301. Man, that would be eating a lot of zeros. That would be eating 3 zeros, wouldn't it? But first order of business is going to be the new high here for almost your 10x until the 1272. But I do think all these coins bottomed out. Toshi's the same way. Toshi broke the downtrend. It's just simply not moving yet. It's up 12%. It's holding over the 618. Yeah, you're holding over the 236618. So right now, from the short-term perspective, the bottom is in. So as long as you're over the 618, the bottom is in. If it falls lower than that, then it's simply coming back down to the trend. But it looks like it wants to just take off from here. But like I keep saying, we could get a retracement back down. If Bitcoin gets stuck and starts pulling back, then there's a good chance these coins are going to pull back too and drop about 30 to 40%. Yeah, this song is a little too noisy. Where are we at? But just zooming in on Toshi, if that is going to be the case, it would just simply set you up for a double bottom W for a higher low, and you can see the price would come all the way back down 786 possibly. But overall, it'd still be bullish for this pattern to play out. So it's just going to remain to be seen what the market's going to do here. There's so many coins that are right there knocking on the door wanting to bust out of here. They're just screaming, let me out. They're just not letting us yet. But everything looks so good. Yeah, Toshi also like Mog. It's going to blast out of here. And you have two good targets, a penny for a 23x, and then two pennies would be your 45x. And then if it goes higher, it goes higher. But right now, if we get a decent little run and maybe gunning for the 1618 and a 10x move out of nowhere. Okay, what are we doing on the chat? What's up, David? You think we pump and then go back down again? Yeah, let us at least pump. Just get us out of the despair we're in. I just wanted to pump so people come back to the channel, which they're slowly already starting to do with this little getting stuck we're doing. ICP, yeah, we said the ICP bottom is in also. I think we said that. Yeah, you just tagged the 786, got a little green monthly candle spawning in. So that was probably the bottom at about 430. Doesn't look bad. And then clearly the 236, 382. Once you get back over the 236 at about $9.90, $10, the bottom is back in and you would be bullish again. And then of course on the macro chart you have to get back over about 21.5 to be bullish. But it does appear that the bottom is in. If you ever wanted to pile into ICP, I would say now's the time. ICP, like I keep saying, if I buy ICP and it's still down here for me, I'm definitely getting out of the 786 or 618 retracement at about 75. Because that's going to get you a 15x out of an old coin like ICP. And then if you're bullish on it, I would say your moonshot is this $180 to $200 range. So possibly a 40x. So anywhere from 75 to 200 bucks, I think, on ICP. I mean, it doesn't look bad down here. It's just going sideways. But it is that same pattern we watched back in the day on XCN and so many other coins. Just sideways, and then it just shot out of here. ETH is over 2100. Yeah, ETH is starting to move up. I think the bottom was in on ETH too. Oh, that's not bad. She's breaking this high from back here. What did we say earlier? I think if we said if we broke the 0.5. Oh, that was last time. Yeah, if ETH can get over 2280, we're macro bullish again. Yeah, ETH is kind of going straight up now. That's what we've been waiting for, though. Oh, man. Can't wait till this is all over. Yeah, ZBCN again. I don't think she's moving. Yeah. I mean, this thing already ran before Bitcoin started to run, so we'll see what happens. As long as you stay over this 16.7 level, you're still bullish, but we've been pointing out, you know, you did the same thing last time. You just had a bearish cross on the 3-day and on the weekly, or not the weekly yet, but the 3-day. And the last time we had that top, we had a bearish cross and it was over. Came back down. So it could very well, I would say if it falls lower and you close below this 236, that's probably telling you that it's coming back down. Just like it did last time. But it is putting in a higher high and it is starting to curl up on the bottom here. So we'll see what happens. And then also on the weekly on ZBCN, off of that new high, making higher highs. Stock RSI is making lower highs. So you do have bearish divergence. So that could just tell you that, hey, that is your top and it's coming back down. Even if Bitcoin continues to move up, different coins are going to do different things sometimes. Unless we just absolutely blast out of here, which maybe ZVC in here is telling us beforehand that, yeah, Bitcoin's getting stuck. Everyone, this is it. So everything's going to drop 40%. Ben can go home even though he was correct. AVAX. Yeah, AVAX is another one that I have on my list. Starting to think, why do I even have a list anymore? Yeah, doing the same thing as everything else. Possibly putting in bottoms. AVAX. Been going sideways forever. I mean, all these old coins are pretty much doing the same thing besides like Cosmos. Yeah, you pretty much came down on the macro and hit the 0.5 and bounced. Now you're back above the 3 at 20. So it looks like as long as you're above 20, you're macro bullish. Right now, high to the low. AVAX is over the 236 at 17, so the bottom is in, and then pretty much $26, and then you're bullish again. Breakout clearly is going to be over 50, where I got stuck both times here. But short term, there's nothing really bullish on it. We are monthly candles, but you are still making lower lows, lower highs. So it looks like once you get over 50, over the 618, that's when the bull run's going to kick in for AVAX. And then AVAX, where is she going to run to? I think she's definitely, when she's curled up, going sideways there, definitely $80 is going to get hit. Maybe a slightly higher high like XRP or 7X and then get out. Yeah, that's probably where I would get out at 150. But your official retracement would be a 15X to $315. Is that what's happening? It pumps to get everyone in and then they just dump it. But, I mean, everything is still kind of getting stuck and not moving, so you would think with Bitcoin over 100K, things would start to fly out of here, especially with ETH starting to pump. I don't know, maybe we're back. The daily candles held. How much time? We got 3.5 hours left. Almost 4 hours on this daily candle. I still think it depends on the weekly candle. But, I mean, just look at that. That looks real good. Same with XCN. They just keep dumping on everyone. I don't know. We're getting more and more people back in here. Yeah, did everyone hit the like button and answer the poll? Yep. 67 votes. Not bad. Let me refresh here. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, that's something else you guys got to watch out for. When we really go bullish, the scammer's going to come in from nowhere. Even the ads on the videos and stuff are going to be scams. Yeah, 109K has to break. If we break that, we're back. We're 1 week away from a bullish MACD cross. Yeah, that's what someone pointed out before. Ooh. Yeah, the MACD's about to cross bullish. It's like it did back here, and then we just went. Yeah, doesn't look bad at all. Can you guys imagine if we actually rocket up to 120K soon? I would put it up 20% almost. Oh, man. Let the FOMOing begin. Yep. Like I said, we got a little bit of people coming back over the last 2 streams now. If Bitcoin actually does move out of here, then yeah, some people will be coming back. We may get up to 100 people again in here. We held just over 40 today. But I guess there's no new people coming in because we've looked at so many coins and so many coins several times already. So that usually signals to me the end of the live stream. Bags are packed and ready to go. Oh, yeah. Just let it go. I don't care anymore. If the channel would just pick up, I'd be okay. Oh, excuse me. All right, we got 28 likes. Man, we got 28 likes and 70 votes. If altcoins follow on the heels of Bitcoin towards 120K, I'd be super happy. So Matthew. Yeah, we're going to have to wait and see, but it just looks like we're getting ready for a move like that. And then we stop and it gets stuck, and then we pull back, bearish for the rest of the summer, and then come October, November, December, one of those months, we finally blast out of here one last time for a blow-off top. Hopefully we get a blow-off top this time. Not a double top like last time. Oh, man. What about Elon? Yeah, Elon's on the bottom. It'd be nice to have my bag still. Man. It seems like yesterday, but it seems like so long ago that I had 10K on Elon. Where did the time go? What did I do? What happened? My God. Yeah, this area held. Excuse me. Yeah, if you ever wanted to load up on Elon, I think now's the time. Now is the time. Looks like the bottom is in. Got a green monthly candle spawning in. Yeah, Elon's a good one. I do think Elon's going to hit a higher high. It may be at the end, but definitely a 786 retracement. So Elon's really good for a 10x play. So, man, that's all I was looking for too. My 10K in here, get a 10x, and then I can finally say I made it. And then if something else hasn't moved, but I have a feeling that these dog coins, Elon, Shiba, Doge, they're probably not going to run to the very end. Unless we start seeing them go first. But yeah, moonshot on Elon would be a 47, 48x. And if it goes that high, it'll probably do a 50x. But yeah, zooming out on the monthly chart on Elon, this is a very nice looking chart. Very nice, and at the bottom, I would definitely dump my money in here. That is not financial advice. Even if we just get a short run right now to a higher high, yeah, you're looking at that 9.5, almost a 10x. Hit the 786, and then we pull back and we hold, and then we go up. Yeah, I don't know why it's been like that. Been like that lately. I've been yawning every time we get on stream. I'm just yawning. It's probably because I don't sleep good at night. Too much on my mind. And it doesn't help being broke and worrying about money and how you're gonna, survive the next week or the next day. Dog in me again for like the 5th time. Yeah, I mean, Dog and Me came back up. You're over the 1618, 305. As long as you're over that, I mean, just the overall chart here looks extremely bullish. And then going from the high here to the low. Once you get over the 382 at about 3064, then you're bullish again. Breakout over the 2 level at about 3089. It doesn't look horrible. It's going sideways. It pumped back up again. Like I said, once you get over the 382, you can be bullish on it again. And then Dog and Me, I'm going to rip out of here to a penny and a half, maybe 2 cents, and do a 30x from where it is today. It may go higher than that. But it's got a very good looking chart also. We got no sleep for 2. I appreciate the 2 again. B3 and Swell. B3 and Swell. B3. Yeah, we haven't looked at this one in a while. Yeah, you're holding over the 236 on the weekly candles there. So as long as you're over 4.7, it looks like the bottom is in. And then once you get over the 382 at about 6, then you're bullish. But I would just keep it that simple. If it holds over that, especially with the weekly candles holding, it looks good. And then your breakout is over 009, pretty much a penny. Yeah, once you get over a penny, then that's your possible breakout on B3 here. But as long as they're not releasing tokens or anything, I think this is going to be a good play. It's going to be one of the good plays on base. So the question is, where is it going to run to? So new high on this one. It's probably going to get hit to 3 pennies for a 6.5x, and then 4 pennies for an 8.5x, almost a 9x, and then about a 13x up to 6 pennies for the 1618 retracement. And then if it goes higher than that, maybe you get a 25x out of it to 12 cents, 12, 13 cents. It's hard to say where some of these coins are going to go that are new. Yeah, gambling on the new Coinbase coins, huh? Swell, but I mean, they are on Coinbase, so once the world piles in, if you got the right ones, they'll buy them. What do we got going on here? So the question is the bottom in on Swell? Maybe. We'll see. Maybe the double bottom with the higher low setting up here. We'll zoom in just a moment. On the macro, you got to get over a penny and then a penny and a half to be bullish. Until then, you're still considered bearish on the macro chart. And then if that is the bottom and it runs to a new high, 13 cents would be a, what is that, a 14x. And then if we go even further, so let's see if we held the 618, 786 area just below it, getting stuck right back at the 0.5. So yeah, if it can get over the 0.5 at 9.5 and then 10 or 1 penny, then you're back to being bullish. Didn't quite tag the 786, but when we zoom it out, it still has that formation down here, that W at the bottom. But you have to get over those short-term prices to be bullish again, or the bottom's not in. DIA, something different. A little bit different, but we still look at it all the time. Sato the dog? What is Sato the dog? Oh, man. Yeah, I got to check my emails, but I should have an offer letter from that job. And I think I'm going to start orientation this weekend. Why did I go to GST? You said DIA. Yeah, DIA put the macro bottom in as well. Doesn't look bad. At the 1 minute. Oh my God, there goes another yawn. Ooh. You guys got to send me $1 every time I yawn. Yeah, the bottom is in on this one as well. You're over the 236 at 4.5. Higher high coming up at 160, 163 is going to be a little over 3x on DIA. The DIA is a good one. It's curled up on the macro. Where is it going to run to? No one knows. But if I had it 5.5x to about 285 to $3, I'm out. Yeah, 6x up to $3. And then I'm out. And then your moonshot on DIA would be up here at 14. And that would be a 28x. God dang it. Yeah, I need to go check that Buy Me a Coffee website. I haven't checked it. I always forget about it. Yeah, you guys also go join Twitter, go join the Discord. We need to get some activity going on the Discord. It's dead silent in there. Nothing happening. Oh, man. All right, I'll do it later. It wants me to log in, and I do not remember my login info. Dang it. Sato the dog. Is that a deck screener coin? Is it this one right here? At SUKU Sato. The ticker is Sato. Yeah, my man. Just let me know if this is it. Is this the price it's at? Eesh. If not, I'll look on deck screener. Okay, Sato on base. I got it now. I gotcha. Oh, dang it. There's another one. Oh, man. Cash App. Oh, yeah, let me check my Cash App. I'm too late for dogging me. Yeah, I'm going to switch over here to deck screener. Deck screener for the win, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, this thing just came out. All right, let me fix the chart really quick before I pull it up. I don't even know what to do with it. All right. All right, Sato. Yeah, I don't even know what I can do with this chart. That's the log scale too. Yeah, it looks like it's been holding the 618 area at about 6.8. So it's been holding that area. It's at 5087, 3 million market cap. And then we'll just keep it simple. We'll go from the high to that wick low and see what kind of target we got. I really can't do anything else with it. Let's see here. Where's my tool? So it's right under the 236 at the moment. So 5091 and then up to 401, and then you could be bullish on it. But I'd imagine moonshot. Yeah, new high. I don't know where this thing's going to end up. Yeah, this thing's going to go all the way to the top of the fib probably. Yeah, so this thing all the way to the top of the fib moonshot is only a 8x up to 4069. All right, you guys got to give me a moment. My brother just texted me. He's outside, so I got to go see what he wants. So give me. Oh no! Why did my screen go black? All right, yeah, I'll be back in a moment. All right, I'm back. We're back. What were we looking at? Sato is Toshi's brother, yeah. Bitcoin's pushing again. Almost at 102K. Let's go. Come on, let's get it. What's up, Cryptomyalysis? How you doing, my man? Yeah, you streaming today? It'd be nice if we just blasted out of here on stream. You know how many people would come back to the market if Bitcoin could break the high? Everyone would start talking about Bitcoin again. Bitcoin's going to the moon. Everyone pile in. Yeah, everyone make sure you hit the like button for me and they see the poll. 81 votes. Yeah, what happened to the 40 people that were here? How old is my brother? He's a little younger than me. I think I don't even know. I think he's 40. 40 or 41, one of those. Yeah, I mean, if the market could just come back, I mean, I can actually make just as much money on doing these live streams and videos every day as I do at, like it was back in the day, you know, working a low-paying job every day for 8 hours a day. Because when we're back, the super chats are coming in. You know, every little $2 super chat that comes in helps. And when I was making it good, yeah, a lot of times we were having people would send $100 super chat, 50, and then lots of days my target was, you know, make $100 plus a day on doing this for, you know, 4 or 5 hours a day. And then the reason I'm saying that is because this new job that I'm getting is very low pay. But it's a job at least. So it's going to be a temporary job until I find something else. As soon as another door opens up, I'm leaving it. Yeah, what's up, my man? What is today? Thursday? Yeah, today's Thursday. Come on, Bitcoin, do something. Yeah, what do you think, Cryptomyalysis? You think the bottom is in finally? Ethereum's finally going up. Let me go look at crypto bubbles. Is there anything really moving today? What's the big winner on the day? Oh, a sea of green on the bubbles. On the week it's Kaito and Mog and Popcat and Syrup and Turbo. What is Saros? Damn, I didn't realize SPX did a 100x for the year. Sorrow. I don't think we've ever looked at this coin. Is there a coin? It must be a deck screener coin. Saros. Yeah, what is this coin? This coin's been going up all year. November of 2024, it's been going to the moon, and no one's ever asked about it. Yeah, on the monthly candles, this thing's starting to go straight up. Jeez. That's crazy. A coin can do this and no one ever asked about it. It's just steadily going to the moon. It's getting stuck right now, but yeah, this thing's up almost 100x from the bottom. Jeez. What's up, Sergio? New Pope is from Chicago. Who's the new Pope? They put a new Pope in there? But yeah, I can't believe a coin like this no one's ever talked about. Yeah, ZBCN, it's still trying to stay bullish, but it's stuck. Possibly the top is in. If Bitcoin rips out of here, maybe you hold the 236 and you move out of here. I'm still sore as ZBCN. I should have bought her back here and got that move, but I didn't. Oh yeah, is Ross still in here? Yeah, I finally looked at the Cash App. I appreciate the Cash App again, my man. He said for the Yawn Fund. I appreciate it though, my man, if you're still here. Helps out with the gas money for this coming week of going to this new job, I guess. Here, just in the background. Yeah, I think we covered everything for the day, though. There's nothing else to talk about. We could sit here and stare at Bitcoin, I guess. We still got what? Yeah, we still got 3 hours on the daily candle here. It would be a good step in the right direction for a daily to close, but I really want the weekly to close above 100K. Then we're back, I think. But we still got 3 days to wait. What's going to suck if I have to work all weekend, which I got to check my email and see what they said. And then over the weekend, we just blast out of here. That would be my luck. Not being able to live stream while we're blasting to the moon. Jasmine. Yeah, we forgot to look at Jasmine. What's up, Travi? Arc Block's going to start sending based on macro. I have a gut feeling. Yeah, there's a lot of these coins that look like they're about to start moving up, and we're already seeing some of them. I mean, we got Bitcoin and Ethereum both going up. So that is a real good sign. So is Jasmine moving? Yeah, and like we've been saying, if Jasmine gets back over that macro resistance, then that could tell us we're back. Oh, she's up 12%. Still getting stuck. But yeah, Jasmine here looks like it wants to just take off. It's starting to push up. It's over the 236. So if we can get over this 186, it's bullish again. Get over our box here. Jasmine's also getting stuck, but she's trying. She's over that, so she gets over the 382. As long as we got these coins still going up. Arc Block. What did you not like the name of? Yeah, Arc Block's back over $1. Oh, God. There's another yawn. Yeah, I think the tiredness and the yawning is coming from it's coming from being poor and broke. I'm not eating healthy. I can't even remember the last time I had a home cooked meal. That's sad. Yeah, the weekly MACD just crossed bullish. We're over the 382. Not looking too bad. Whew. There's another one. Oh, man. But yeah, the bottom is in on Arc Block, and it's curling up. V-shaped recovery. Hopefully this is not a fake out. I think we all deserve a move up in the market. We've been bearish for way too long. Yeah, Jasmine's going to rip eventually. Antonio NCT's ready to move. Yeah, we've been saying it for a long time now. It seems like that these coins are all on the bottom and they need to go up. And we're starting to see it, but we want a real good move, I think. Not just a little pump and then we just go sideways for weeks. Yeah, the bottom is in on Polyswarm. Macro bottom. Yeah, Polyswarm has a good chart too. It doesn't look bad at all. You can get over the 382 at 21, and then bottom is in over 1.3. You got over 21, you're bullish, and then even more bullish over the 618, 382 to the upside at 4.6 up to about 4.8. But not a bad spot to be loading up on some Polyswarm here. And like I keep saying it, I mean, looking on the monthly macro chart, this could be the final time Polyswarm is at this price. I mean, because if you think about it, monthly candles, unless we spawn in some giant ones, time we get up here, put in a higher high, and then we pull back, you know, it's going to be time to go. So yeah, some of these coins you may not ever get at these prices again, at least until the bear market. Same thing with OXT. OXT is probably last time you're going to have it at that price. And Polyswarm to a new high, 20x if you think that's possible. Up to about 45 to 50 cents. Conservative price would be about 25 cents for about a 10x. Betting Jasmine year 2 to surprise the bears. Wait, what did we say? Oh yeah, OXT. Is OXT moving with Bitcoin or no? Yeah, OXT still at the bottom doing nothing. I think if Ethereum continues to run, it'll suck some of these coins up with it. But if Ethereum's, you know, if Ethereum starts really running and your coin's not moving, so I'm not saying nothing bad, but if OXT's still down here chopping around while Ethereum's going, it may not go. But yeah, it looks like the bottom is in on OXT too. Oh man, Bitcoin's pushing again. Oh, here we go. Yeah, did that 1272 come into play? Oh yeah, it did. So the much larger fib here. Yeah, if this monthly candle can get up over the 1272, that's going to be a good thing. 103. That's probably going to tell us we're about to bust through the high. You bought one, you're in finance. Isn't that Wi-Fi? Yeah, Wi-Fi is also on my list. Where's our chart? I know I have a chart. Oh, should have just typed it in. Man, that must be nice to have money to just buy one. Yeah, this is on my Coinbase list. It's going completely sideways. It's on the bottom still. It looks like the bottom is in. You're holding the 618 macro, high to the low. It's going sideways, and then clearly it looks like once you break over the 236, the 382, so let's just get this one off. So you're holding the bottom perfectly on that 618. So once this thing finally breaks over 8,500, it may be go time, especially if you get over the 382 at 1,300, 1,300 and a half. Yeah, I don't know where this thing's going to, but a 786 retracement, it's a 10x up to 50 grand. Wait, let me fix that. 8.5, almost a 9x to 50 grand. Yeah, I remember back in the day saying this thing's going to hit 200K. So you bought one. If you're going to hold it for a moonshot, you may get a 40x out of it to 200 grand. It may turn into 230 grand. Oh man. But yeah, you bought one, damn. I'd be happy if I could buy one quant at this point. Short term, you're over the 236, so once it gets over 6,600, and it's bullish again. I'll get there eventually. If I had enough money to just buy one yearn or put 10 grand into Elon again or something, those were the days. But yeah, yearn would be a good one, I think. Fox. But if I could afford one yearn right now, I wouldn't buy it. That money right there would save my life right now. Fox. What is Fox doing? Yeah, he came back down and almost tagged the bottom, so I'd have to imagine that is the bottom on Fox. It just needs to wake up and break the lower high structure and do all sorts of things. Yeah, it pretty much held the final 786 support off of the wick. The candle's holding now. Gotta get over 4.7 bottom, bullish back over 8.7. And then Fox is like GFI. I'm not sure how high they're gonna go, but 618 retracement to 23 is probably very likely, and 786 is probably very likely. That'll be a 14x, pretty much to 50 cents. So yeah, about a 15x to 50 cents. I would probably hold to there. Is it going to go higher than 50 cents? No one knows. Is it going to 105 6x to 350? Moonshot gamble time. I wouldn't hold it to there. Maybe if you're bullish on it, maybe $1.50 gets tagged for a slightly higher high and you get a 50x or so. But it has to get over those macro levels first. Short term, it looks like it's getting stuck at the 236. Oh no, you're above it. So short term, if we get over 3.7, that should send you up to the macro 236 to try to get over 4.7. Litecoin is showing up too. Am I still in Beam? No. If I was still in Beam, I would take that money out again. I'm not. I had to take the money out. We got Sean. Welcome back, Sean. We got Sean for 10. I appreciate that. Mochi and ZBCN, please remember to take profits. Yes. I think all you guys on this channel are going to end up taking profits and make it okay. Mochi and ZBCN, I appreciate the 10. That helps the channel a lot. That's awesome. Mochi, what is Mochi doing? Yeah, is Mochi still getting listed on Coinbase or no? Yeah, Mochi's looking good here. It's got this slight curl up you can clearly see going on, making higher highs, higher lows. Yet another coin that looks like it's about to, I mean, it's probably the bottom, and it's up here. Up only from here is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it bounced along the 0.5 on the macro. You're getting stuck right at the 382 at the moment. So over about 136, and then you're back to being macro bullish. And then 169 short-term macro bullish. But she is curling up here, not looking too bad. Bottom is in as long as you hold. Yeah, double 382 and double 236 is in play. So if you can get over this 169, you're bullish. And then Mochi to the moon. Mochi to a new high would take you up to the 1272. So yeah, Mochi's good for a 12.5x up to 3017. Yeah, I don't know what Mochi's going to do. 1618 retracement will be your 30x to 304. And if it's going to eat 2 zeros and come up to 201, moonshot, yeah, be at 83, 84x. What was the other one? ZBCN. Yeah, ZBCN we've looked at like multiple times here. Keep it simple on ZBCN. As long as you can hold the 236 from the low to the high over 167, you're still bullish. I would say any lower than that, if we come down here and we start getting some daily candles to close below it, it's probably the top. But if you can hold over 167 and then 118 again, 183, then you run the chance of moving up again. I mean, I don't have a crystal ball to say if this is the top or not. All I can tell you is what the chart is telling us. You're still curled up, bullish on the weekly MACD, of course. Let's see. Yeah, I did the same thing back here. And then you got stuck, and it was over. So you're almost in the same spot with the MACD and with the stock RSI. So that's really all we can say about it. It's doing the exact same thing. You're just getting a bearish cross right now. When you got a bearish cross back here on the stock RSI, it was over. And then as we've been pointing out on ZBCN, the higher highs, and then the stock RSI on the weekly, lower lows. So there's bearish divergence there. So that tells me that's probably the top and it's coming down. I guess it all has to depend on what happens with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin just keeps blasting up and breaks over 109, then you'll probably end up holding up and everything will just start going up. Wow, it's 4 o'clock already. Jesus. How long have we been on here? 2 hours. We only got 21 people left in here, though. Is Beam going up now? I told you it would once I get out. I had no choice. Yep, she's finally moving. I mean, beam just double bottomed with a higher low, perfectly low to the high 786 retracement. That's why I bought it when I did buy it. Nice little market structure here. Beam's probably about to rocket out of here. 618 retracement, maybe 130%. And then 786 retracement to 200. Bam, a 3.5x. So she may be gunning for to come test the previous trend line here, since it never really did that. That's what I was trying to hold on to. Just my little $90 4x, 3x long leverage play, and then I would be back and be able to put that into something else. But she didn't move. I was going to buy this one or ZBCN, and I chose this one. And then ZBCN took off. So I picked the wrong one again. Yeah, Toshi's fighting. They're all fighting. They're all getting stuck, but Toshi's not doing anything. What's up, Hash? LRC. Loop ring. What is loop ring doing? So yeah, loop ring's been around for a while. Still making lower lows and lower highs. Not the best looking chart. So we'll see how it plays out. On the macro, you got to get over 19 and then 34 to be bullish again, where you got stuck last time. Is loop ring gonna shoot up here and go to 10 to 11 to 12 bucks and do 100x? Probably not. It's an older coin. It did make a higher high in 2021 from 2018. So is it going to do that again? If you're lucky, maybe $4 to $5, 45 to, yeah, about a 45x maybe. But I can't trust these old coins to do that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. Yeah, if I had loop ring, like I said, not a good looking chart, but if it hit a 618 retracement in a bull market, get an 8x, I would get out. And then $1.70 to $2 would be your 15 to about a 16, 17x. Yeah, I think I need to eat something. And right now it's trying to stay alive and have the bottom in over 10 and then bullish over 13 short term. If Turbo can break through the 618, she may be gunning for 3. It just all depends. You're still getting stuck at the 618 at the moment. Damn it. But you're back over it, it looks like. 006 is the price to hold. Oh, my stomach's upset all of a sudden. Yeah, as long as you're over 006, over the 618, which there's so much stuff on the screen. Whew. I'm trying to get it back to the 6th level, but I don't want to zoom in. But anyway, 006 or 0059, as long as you're over that, maybe we'll get a breakout. But yeah, the higher high would be that 1618 over to 1414. So 3, I think, would be gunning for 3. But when, I don't know. Possibly if you stay over the 618 at that level. She's about to 5x out of here. What's up, Mavs, man? What's up, Ari? Welcome back. Oh, wow, we only got 7 people here. Where'd everyone go? Everyone left the building. What happened? Oh, man. All Alright, yeah, we're going to end it on ABT and Arc Block, I guess. We've been here for 2 hours. Oh, we got 12 people back now. I don't know where everyone went. Alright, let me go check on something. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Oh, man. What are we looking at? What were we looking at? Oh, Arc Block and AIs again. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Roger? How you doing, my man? What's up, Alan? Yeah, everyone was here. Everyone left, and now there's a bunch of... All you guys are coming in now. I don't know where everyone else went. We had 40 people at one point, and then it dropped down to 20, and now we're down to 12. But yeah, we've been looking at every coin you guys are asking for, we've already done. It's like a broken record here. Which, like I said before, I don't mind doing it as long as the revenue's coming in. Yeah, Arc Block, the macro bottom was in, a V-shaped recovery. You're over the 382. As long as you're over $1, you're bullish on Arc Block here. That is the high to the low 382. So over $1, you're bullish. And then clearly, once it breaks this previous high and the 618, that's your breakout point over a 180. But yeah, as long as you're over $1, you're bullish on Arc Block here. And like we've been saying on this one, and PNG and ADOS and all of them, it came down, put it in the bottom, and it's time to go up, and now we're seeing it. And then Arc Block, as long as it holds up here, I know there's a lot on the screen. Let's go ahead and move that. I don't know about those, but we'll leave them. I think anywhere from this $18 to $30 range. Yeah. $18 would get you a 17x, and if we come up here and tag $30, that would be a 28x on Arc Block. AOS. Hopefully Bitcoin keeps pushing though. Yeah, you're about to get a weekly bullish cross on the MACD. Yeah, I mean, it just looks like some of these coins are going to take off. And oh man. But yeah, like we said on AOS, just like Arc Block, looks like the bottom is in. You're stuck at the 786 at the moment. What do we have going on here? But you're holding short-term bullish over the 236. So as long as you're over about 37.5, you're bullish. Got to push through 44, which it's trying to do right now. And then where's AOS going? AOS to a new high at about 437, so probably $5 is going to be your 10x. If it goes higher than that, maybe get a $10, $5 or $10 AOS would be your 20x. And then your moonshot would probably be a 50x to about $22. But it's just curling up like the rest of the market and trying to hold bullish. What is ASI? You mean FET? What is ASI? Oh yeah, that's Cinder coin. Has it bottomed? Doesn't look like it. There's nothing saying there's a bottom yet. If this is the right coin, Cinder, it's got a little green candle spawning in, but there's no established floor. Let's go all the way down to the 4 hour. You could always gamble that it's the bottom. Maybe. I can't even, it's just going straight down. I can't even draw anything. Yeah, I guess short term, if you want to think there's a bottom in, you have to get over 0061. Not bullish till you get over 69. That's really all I can say on this one. I mean, do your research on it. I don't know what it is, but never know. But I guess if it is, man, if we drew this last time, it's getting stuck at the previous bottom at 5.7, so really needs to get over that. But on the macro, if that is the bottom, you have to get over 1 penny and then 2 pennies to be bullish. Breakout will be over 5. If it is the bottom, like I said. I would never touch it. Yeah, you got to do a 4x just to get bullish again. And then almost a 10x just to get to 5 pennies. And if you're lucky, 9 to 10 cents for it, 18x. Moonshot blast out of here gamble would be 110x up to 56 cents. All right, David's still here. Release the bulls. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. ASI is FET. Yeah, I'll look at FET. I thought you were going to buy a coin going to 0. Yeah, Shiba's probably not going to run to the end. Yeah, Cardano's not doing anything, I don't think. Or did you say Cardano? Let's see here. Yeah, I know it's going to be a crazy time when we finally go up. Which we already saw a lot of people last night and today come in that I haven't seen in a while. I know I've been here, but they just started chatting. Cardano, what is Cardano doing? Yeah, I'm going to have to get another moderator or two. Already got silver as one. High to the low, what do we got going on here? Yeah, you're sitting pretty on the 382 at 61. So high to the low, you're bullish. You're making higher highs and higher lows. So as long as you're over 61, you're bullish. You're above the trend. It doesn't look bad at all. It's starting to move a little bit, and you're sitting on support. So clearly, once you get over the 618 area at about $1.14, that's when you're going to have a breakout where you got stuck here. And then Cardano, from where you are, if it's going to continue here and not go put in a lower low, which is holding up well, it should move up to 143% to 170 for a higher high. And then I still think Cardano should do a good 8.5, 9x up to $6 here, 640, 650. I think it's very possible. Depends on how big of a run we have. But yeah, I think Shiba, Elon, Doge, all those coins are going to run last. But that would be good. We get some coins to run and then look to the dogs. If they haven't moved, then you'll be able to throw some profit into Shiba and Elon and whatever else hasn't moved. But yeah, it's really doing nothing right now. It's got a little pump going on. Let's see what this tells us. Yeah, so it looks like once it gets over the 0.5 here at 77, it should start moving up. Short term, as long as you're over 70. Wait, what did we say? 70. Yeah, short term over 70 you're bullish, and then long term over 61 you're bullish. Spell and Moodang are flying. What's up, Nia? Oh yeah, let me look at FET again real quick before I forget. Yeah, everything's just getting a nice little bounce. Yeah, you guys let me know if Bitcoin's over 103. I don't know, we may just stay on here until we go to the moon. Oh man, yeah, I mean, low to the high, you held the red support box. I don't know why it's red, but it should be green. But anyway, the 0.5, I think that was the bottom for FET. You're back over the 382, so as long as you're over 70 cents and a half, you're bullish. These coins are slowly, one at a time, starting to wake up. So if this thing's running for breaking this structure and putting in a higher high again, 1618 at about 770 is going to give you damn near a 10x. But it's curled up on the macro. It looks good. You're holding 382 bullish. And then where's FET going to run to? I have no idea. FET to 40 bucks. That'd be your 50x. Yeah, so what is FET? I know FET is ASI, the three coins that combined, but are the other two coins just gone? I don't even remember what they were anymore. But yeah, definitely. I mean, we're pumping a little bit here, but definitely. Yeah, Omni Network to 0. Is that the bottom? Maybe. Only way to tell if it's the bottom on the macro, you have to get over 347, it looks like, or so. And then not till you get over about 535. Could be putting in a double bottom with a higher low, so it remains to be seen. It's not the worst setup we've seen. It looks just kind of like beam. Yeah, you tagged a 786. I'll zoom it in here in a moment. Yeah, you hit the 618 and you're bouncing, so it could be a double bottom with a higher low. So I would, short term, we'd have to just go from this high to the low. Let's see where the 236382 is. All right, you're above the 382, so possible bottom is in. If I can get these stupid things to move right. So yeah, if you stay over about 237, possibly the bottom is in on Omni. Breakout over 290. But yeah, I would never buy that coin. What's up, Robin the Hood? Are we at 103K now? Let's go. She's pushing. Yeah, we got Ethereum and Bitcoin pushing. Bitcoin's getting a bullish cross. Oh, it's crossing already? Yeah, we're about to get a bullish cross on the MACD. And we're starting to break over the 1272. Oh man, if we get up over 109 today, you think that's possible? Oh man, just had a coughing fit. What do I think about Crow? Crow's going to $2. Yeah, she's got a little pump going. She's trying to get over the 236 here at the moment. But Crow's got the same chart. All of these coins are holding, if your coin's not dying, they're holding higher highs and higher lows. The bottom was in, it held the 786, it's holding the trend. There's nothing shabby on it at the moment. Low to the high. Let me see if that's correct. Let me move that for a moment. Yeah, low to the high, you're back above the 618, so it looks like about 88 as your support. But it's trying to stay over this 236 at about 9, 7, 10 cents. Just going to depend on what happens. It doesn't look bad. Whew, there goes the yawning again. And then short term, if you want to call it that, high to the low. Yeah, you're over this 236, so if you could stay over the other one, you're good. Looks like short term bullish over 11, so 10 to 11 cents is what you got to get over. And then you can be bullish on it. But this thing's simply to a higher high, if that's all it's going to do right now. Possibly 618 retracement for a 3x up to 30, 5x up to 50, and then I do think Crow's going to rocket up here, this $2 range. So Crow I think is good for a 20x plus. You said Moodang is flying. Yeah, we've been looking at Mog and Moodang all day. I don't think we looked at Moodang, but we looked at Mog. All these coins look like they're ready to go. Oh my God. Yeah, she's over the 382. Damn, she moved up that fast since we looked at her last. Yeah, these coins are starting to blast out of here one at a time. As long as you're over 8, you're bullish. Breakout's going to be over 18. So are you guys making money on these coins? Are you holding these coins making money? Just make sure you guys take profit along the way. Yeah, this one to a new high is a 20x up to $1.80. As long as you can stay over 8, you're bullish. Yeah, I think that just shows you the marketing does nothing. Crow. There's even what they even have the crypto.com arena, I think now. Shipping and VRA. Yeah, the people that rewatch the stream just need to watch the beginning. Because I believe we talked about every one of these coins today multiple times. Whew. Yeah, shipping's still pretty much in the same spot. It's not moving. We know it's still macro bullish. It's on Coinbase. It's probably going to surprise a lot of people. Very good looking chart. You're over the 236 at 2046. As long as you hold that 383 is the price to beat. And then this thing for a conservative target to 4 pennies, 786 retracement is very possible in my opinion. I'd be a 7x, and then this thing may rocket out of here and do a 50x to 30 cents, and then people are going to be asking, what is SPING? What the heck is SPING coin? Why is it going to 50x? VRA, yeah, VRA has not a bullish chart at all. It's been going down forever. It just had a pump and it started selling off already. It does look like the bottom is in. It tagged the top of this volume area. So you would have to imagine the bottom is in, but they instantly started selling. This candle was going crazy today when we were looking at it. So long term, you have to stay over 2.7 and up to 5.3 or you're not bullish. Still bearish below that 382 on the macro, but as I said, it's still making lower highs, but it does appear the bottom is in. You're trying to hold the 382 at the moment to stay bullish short term over 2.1. So if it can stay over 2.1, then you're bullish. If not, it's still bearish, which it just started dipping back down again. And then VRA, it is an older coin, so myself personally am not expecting a huge run out of it. So back where it got stuck last time would be a 7x from today at a penny and a half. So maybe 3 pennies is a good target. That's a 15, 16x from here. And if you want your moonshot on Veracity, all the way up here for almost 147x. So 140x to 30 cents. That's your moonshot gamble. If you think the project's going to do that again. Traded Turbo for XEN. Hopefully it was the right choice. Hopefully, we'll see. Yeah, I just figured I'd stay on since Bitcoin is still climbing. Yeah, Young, we're still here. Just trying to get the revenue up on the channel and get this thing going again. Because I'm about to start a crappy job that's going to pay me the same amount I could do if I just streamed for 4 hours a day. Instead of standing somewhere for 8 to 9 to 10 hours a day for the low pay they're doing. So I'm trying to get this back up and going again. What are we looking at? Degen support and resistance. Come on now. There is no support and resistance on Degen. The bottom is in. It's time to go up. Time to buy, in my opinion, is now if you're not in. She's starting to move a little bit, I guess. So long term 004 up to 007, then you're bullish. Breakout is going to be over a penny and a half. And before I zoom in here, Degen, of course, if you're banking on it to go do a 50x, that would take you up to the 1272 at 17 to 20 cents. She may do that. This thing has a lot of liquidity, so this thing's going to fly out of here. So, like I said earlier, it would not be a bad idea to put in a long position here. I would have done it down here probably. But I would say the support right now is this white line at about 298. Clearly see all these candles, these weekly candles held, and we're back over it. But if you want to go short term, it is looking like it's starting to break out a little bit here. These coins are slowly, finally starting to make a little higher highs. Right now, as long as you're over that white line, pretty much 003, the 236, you're bullish. So that would be your bullish support. You already tagged a 382. Now you're pumping a little. And I think we did this exact same thing earlier. Yeah, this high to the low, I would say confirmation breakout, move down over 0036 right now. You're over the 0.5 at 3.2. Oh man, we got Shaw 87 for 5. I appreciate that. Can you check ACH, Clover, is Matic a good play, or Dead, and ASM? Damn, that's a lot of coins. I appreciate the 5 though. ACH, yeah, ACH I'm very bullish on. The macro ACH chart is amazing. But I do appreciate the 5. Keeps the dream alive and the channel alive here. But yeah, ACH, I guess we'll start on the short term since it's here. You're back over the 382 on the macro at 2.5, so you're macro bullish. The macro trend is holding. Low to the high short term, you're getting stuck right at the 382 right now. So as long as you stay over 2.5, 2.7 is the price to beat to be bullish, and then breakout would be over 3.6. But ultimately, going all the way out to the monthly candle chart, it looks extremely great in my opinion. All of these monthly candles are holding the trend. We're getting stuck at our red box, 618 area. I think it's a large ascending triangle pattern, which could be extremely bullish, and we're getting to the end of it. So ACH, once this thing gets over our box, pretty much the 618 at 5.5 pennies, it's too late to buy. I think it's going to have a large green candle spawn in out of nowhere, and from today now, that is a 17 and 18x, up to 50 cents, and then if we're lucky, 80 cents to $1. That would be from today a 28.5x up to about a 30x, 35x to $1. But ACH is looking good here. Clover. Clover to the moon. Clover Finance. Lower lows and lower highs. It broke the previous trend we had. Looking on the macro, back tested it pretty much. It put in a lower low. I mean, it put in a lower low, but you can clearly see it's still holding this area as a bottom with that wick below. We're going to go ahead and pull it down, but it looks like the bottom is in after that wick down, but it's still bearish technically. And clearly on the macro, once you get over 6, up to 12, 13 cents. Once you get over 13 cents, you're no longer macro bearish. Bull run over the 618 at 41. And then zooming in on Clover. Short term, if that is the bottom, high to the low. So shorter term, you have to get over 3 and then 4, and then you can be bullish on it. But it's not really moving at the moment. Not the 1 minute. But yeah, I would never buy Clover. It's just, there's nothing bullish on the macro chart. It's going down and sideways instead of just sideways. ASM. Yeah, I'm gonna have to also do that. Not only get mods, and not saying nothing against you. I appreciate the 5, but when we have hundreds of people piling in here, when we're actually bullish, we're gonna have to set limits on how many coins someone can ask for, for the price. Because there'll be people coming here with $2 and asking for 5, 10 coins, and then they'll get upset. You didn't look at all my coins. Give me my money back. I've seen that before on other people's streams. Yeah, ASM is a good one. It's still holding up very well. It just hit our bottom again. This is the one we keep looking at, that it has to get over the 666 level on the double 618. I'll never forget that. Double 618, 666. If it gets over that, you're bullish. Yeah, you came down, you tagged the 786, you're trying to hold the 618, you're holding the trend, it doesn't look bad. Once you get back over 2.8, almost 3 pennies, you're bullish again. And then up to 5. But that double 618, of course, as we zoom this thing in, of course, the macro 618, and yeah, I would say the bottom is in, unless something happens to the market and we clearly break down. ASM doesn't look bad here, but you can see that double 618 there, from the high to the low. And then ASM to the moon. ASM just to get back up to 12 where it got stuck last time as a 5x. Yeah, I mean, if people are going to buy this one, it's almost a 30x, up to about 70 cents would be your higher high. Matic is on my rollover list. Not the best looking chart. It was holding up very well, but then it started to make a lower low. I don't even think it's called Matic anymore. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, it's trading in this downwards macro channel here. So let's see, on the macro scale of things, these older coins like Matic, Ethereum Classic, and Digibyte, yeah, she's still holding over the 382. So she's still considered macro bullish over about 19 to 20 cents. And then going from the 2021 high to the low, clearly you have to get out of this channel. Yeah, it depends on when you come back up here, but it looks like maybe the 382 to break out over 47. So until you get over 47, you're not bullish. And then once the downtrend is broken, that's when she can finally run. And is she going to go to a higher high? Probably not. I don't know. I mean, you would think after this, I mean, it's pretty much a large falling wedge pattern here you're forming. If I had Matic, of course, I'm rolling out at about $1.50. That's a 6.5x up to there. And if you think it's going to hit a higher high, then good luck. That's a 28x up to 660. But like I said, it's holding bullish on the macro 382. But yeah, it's still on my list, even though it's going down. If it's still down here in this channel, by the time I can get in, maybe it's chopping around right here, down below the 382, I'll still get in for a potential 3 to 5x play. So I don't think it's dead. Bitcoin's over 100. Oh no, we came back down. No. Thought you said it was at 104. Oh man, that 1272 is coming into play, getting us stuck. Yeah, we're back up to 35 people in here. But yeah, I do appreciate the 5. How did we miss Mudang? What you mean by that? God got me. What's up, Randy? Drift. Yeah, it would be nice to have money to buy in on DJing, my man. Jasmine's a good one. Jasmine's a sleeper. I don't know, is Bitcoin done pushing here? Because I think we're coming up on 3 hours now. It's getting kind of old looking at the same coins over and over. Oh, come on. Jasmine's stuck, but she's trying to push. If Bitcoin, I don't know, did she move? She's up 13% now. She's trying. She has to get over this red box. Pretty much the 382. If it gets over the red box, if you get over 18.6, then I think we're back. All this heavy resistance on Jasmine. If we get over that, then Jasmine's back. And then Jasmine can finally start going back up. After it hit our green macro bottom. Our box there. And I do believe Jasmine's really good for the 618 retracement, definitely. Just gonna move that out of the way. So Jasmine from today, 30 cents, I think is very possible. From today, you're getting your guaranteed 17x, and then moonshot gamble. I still think it's possible. A 60x on Jasmine to $1, and then people are going to be shocked. And people are going to be talking about Jasmine millionaires were made. And then they're going to ask, I thought Jasmine was a scam. Yeah, V-Chain's holding up. I don't know, I was waiting for something to pop up here. There we go. Yeah, V-Chain held the bottom just like everything else on the macro scale. See, this is a chart that's bullish, unlike Matic. This one's curled up, making higher highs and higher lows. It just hit the bottom again. The macro trend is holding. Yeah, you came down and tagged the bottom at the 786 at about 2 pennies. So once we get over this red box here, pretty much the 382 level at about 4 pennies, you can be bullish. That's when this thing's possibly going to break out. And from today, yeah, I threw this yellow line up on here. A lot of people like 30 cents for V-Chain, so that lines up with the 10x, 11x. More conservative price would be about 14 to 15 cents, and that's where you get your 5.5 to 6x. So I do think V-Chain 30 cents is very possible. LAI. LAI, yeah, we look at this one every stream now too. It's going to 0. It's the bottom in. Macro bottom over 003, and then not bullish till you get over 006. So not looking the greatest down there. if I ever bought one of these coins that look like this, it's just a gamble play. So short term, you have to get over 2019 or 2, and then up to 26, and then you can say the bottom is in and you're bullish to push up. And then, like I said, the macro, not until you get over 006. So it could try to be putting in a double bottom. I mean, we're seeing that same formation on pretty much everything. So that's really all I can say on it. I guess short term we can try to draw one on here. What the hell? But it is starting to curl up here, so maybe it is the bottom. Yeah, it held the 786. You're back above the short term 382, so 16 is your price right now to stay bullish, and then we'll see what happens. It could just start going up. Yeah, if that is the bottom, yeah, I don't think this coin's going to do 187x to 31 cents, but if you like this coin and you think it's going to wake up, if it can get through the 618 at 17, that's a 10x, and maybe you'll get a 20x out of it, up to 3.5 pennies. Drift is bullish. Yeah, she's curling up. She's held the 382 again. Yeah, I would have to imagine that's the bottom for it. So you're getting stuck at the 618, so 68. And just keeping it simple. High to the low here. Yeah, you're right above the 236, so if you can stay over 63, you have to get over 68, and then 80. There's so many different prices to watch, but high to the low to be bullish, you got to get over 83.5. And then breakout is clearly 130 to 140. Let me just get this one off. We're just going to go by this one. So a new high on this one. If it can get over the 382 at 83 to be bullish, a 7x up to a new high at about 450. If it goes higher than that, about $6 would be a 9.5x. Honestly, don't know where this one's going to run to. Yeah, but she's trying. You got to stay over 63 and then get over 83, and then you're not bearish anymore. Oh man. Yeah, you guys let me know if Bitcoin breaks through 103, 104 again. Looks like she's coming back down. It's over. The guns. Yeah, this coin has done nothing yet, so it's either or. It can either die from here or go up. We've seen these before, and they go the other direction sometimes. But going from the high to the low, you got stuck at the 382, you're getting stuck at the 236. So until you get over 6.3, you're not bullish yet. If you can get over 6.3, then maybe you have a breakout to the upside. Yeah, it looks like if you get a weekly candle over, maybe even a 3-day candle again. But I don't know what else to say on this coin. It's just going sideways. You have to get over 6 to be bullish on it. Yeah, and low to the high, you hit the final 786 support, so maybe that is the bottom. But first you got to get over 5. And then guns, what is guns going to do? I guess to the top of the fib. I have no idea where this coin's going. It's 5 cents, so if it hits If people are going to buy it, it possibly could hit $1 and you get a 20x. Moonshot, $1.50 for a 28x. But if you're bullish on it, it's going completely sideways right now. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Wow, we're over 3 hours already. We haven't done a 3-hour stream in forever. Let me make sure I covered everything. Yeah, maybe we're back. We actually got some super chats in today. That's a good sign. Yeah, we're waiting to see what it's going to do. I still think it's on. I still think it depends on the weekly candle. It's going to depend on where this weekly candle ends up. But yeah, I think we're going to end it here. A 3-hour live stream. I can't sit in this chair anymore. It's killing me. But I do appreciate you guys coming in. Yeah, we got stuck at the 1272. But I think we have 3 days and 3 hours on this weekly candle to see what's going to happen. It's going to depend on where it's at and where it closes, and then it's going to tell us. But if it starts to come back down with a large wick, then, oh my God, it may be over. Hopefully not, because it's getting better here. But yeah, everyone hit the like button. Let me end the poll really quick. 109 votes, not bad. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming in here. The super chats and everything. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So with all that being said, none of this is financial advice. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cross your fingers we keep going up. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone.